freedom without economic empowerment, you're still a slave. Because at the end of the day, you can have your flag, you can have your votes, you can have your slogans, but you still have to go to the bank and beg from those that are running the economy. Therefore, true freedom is not just political freedom, it's also economic emancipation.
A parent will be unable to pay school fees for their children if they are not economically stable.
Right.
You will struggle accessing medical care. You don't have money in your pocket. You will struggle even getting 3 meals a day if you don't have money in your pocket. And therefore, we should ask our questions that, why is it that we do not have money? What are these things that the private sector cannot do for itself that a government has to enhance? A government has to create an environment where there is liquidity and flow of cash into the pockets of the people. Once we identify that and say that these are the issues, then the government should come in here. My party leader has identified gapping holes in how government operates. He has talked about public debt. In most cases, when we mention public debt, people might think it's a very humongous thing that doesn't concern them. But we have explained how it affects each and everyone in your own level.
How does it do so?
In this year, financial year, we have a budget of 4.3 trillion. Debt alone will take 5. Which means, let me bring it
5
down.
or 50%?
50%.
50%, okay.
You are earning 20,000 a month, but unalipa deni 10,000 each and every month, which means you need to live on 10,000. In 10,000, that's where you will pay rent, take your children to school, and even buy clothes for yourself. You realize that this 10,000 is not enough. You take another debt of around 12,000 so that it fills the gap. So when you receive a salary of 20,000 next month, you now remain with 8,000. And the trend continues. As a person, you need to deal with the issue of this 10,000 that you are borrowing every month. That last month, we borrowed 10,000 in this house. Let me say, in your house, you have a policy that in this house, we only borrow money if we have no unga. That kama hakuna unga, that's the only time we are allowed to borrow.
We can go to the mama mboga and mama...
Yes. Hizo vitu zingine, tutangangana, but we only borrow, why? If there is no unga. So when you go back home and your wife tells you, tuko na deni ya 8,000 kwa duka, unafaa uone unga ya 8,000 kwa nyumba.
Sio uone blue band. Sio uone
ati tulinunulia mtoto nguo. No. In this house, the policy ya kuboro ni kwamba unga kama hakuna. So kama tuko na deni ya 8,000, tunafaa tuone deni unga ya 8,000 kwa nyumba. In our constitution, chapter 12 on public finance, a government should only borrow for development, not for the current expenditure. Today they are telling us we have a debt of 12 trillion, which means we should therefore be able to trace development worth 12 trillion in our economy.
Do you think it is there?
It is not.
How much of that do you know? You and Wenjiki, do you know how much of 12 trillion has been used on development, knowing that you're a party that crunches the numbers?
From 2013 up to now, the biggest development project that has happened in this country is the SGR, which took 500 billion. The other ones are projects that do not, hazijaisha. A project starts, the other one like Talanta, that's a new debt. They had to borrow again to build it. You see? So if we have this humongous amount of debt,
so as Safina Party, you guys are saying that we want to borrow only for the very necessary. in terms of running the government?
Yes, if
Apart from that, what are you, because you told me you've got 5,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
that you only borrow, and you say as a government we borrow 200 billion, on this 200 billion we have built Mauri Roni Road. Done. That is what we are saying. And we are also saying the debt that cannot be accounted for, we are not paying.
The odious debt.
Yes, we are not paying. Because in our constitution, again, the money should be borrowed, approved by parliament, and it should come in through the consolidated fund. So any amount of money borrowed by government on the behalf of the Kenyan people that did not tick those 2 boxes is odious, and we are not going to pay. Agenda number 2 has been again on borrowing domestically. That if a bank is lending to a government at an interest rate of 20, for example, it will not be willing to lend to you as Jagero. If it has, it will lend to you at 25%. Because it's almost 100% sure that government will pay. When they do risk assessment on you, it's higher than government. So any lending institution will prefer to lend to government. And when government gobbles up money from all these lending institutions, it takes away credit from the private sector. That you as an owner of business, you cannot therefore get a loan to boost your business.
Okay.
It affects the cash flow in the country. Issue number 3 is free health care. Totally free. That you only show up at the hospital with your ID and you get treatment. Even the most complex of the surgeries. And in the calculation that per year, health only needs 200 billion. Which can be found. You have seen how government is spending money. It's not that there is no money, it's misappropriation of the money. Issue number 3, free primary and secondary education, which should be a civic duty by government to its people and not a privilege to the few. Yesterday you had people, schools are telling parents to buy lockers and pay admission money so that children, a child has not transferred schools. He has only moved from one class to another. But they are asked to pay money for admission. Those are the things we are going to do away with. Mostly, Kenyan people spend money on 2 things, health and education. Once you take away these expenses from them, they are going to have a lot of disposable income in their pockets. Some will open businesses and some activities will crop up. The 5th agenda is the reduction of VAT from 16% to 5% sales tax. When we say 5% sales, it means that a consultancy firm is not going to pay VAT. VAT is going to people who sell a phone, a visible product. But people who are offering services are not going to pay VAT.
Okay.
The problem that we are going to have once we actualize these 5 agendas is to control the overheating in the economy.
What is overheating?
Overheating is when you have a lot of money, he has a lot of money, everyone has money. So it creates social problems of now you need to regulate that you should also not have a lot of money in your pocket. The government...
Is that the inflation and the wash issue that you were raising the other day?
That's right.
When every person has a lot of money, now the government will have the job of now regulating. That we make sure you have money, but not, not
useless money.
Yes.
It should be money that
the
is
principle
out.
of money is that it should be scarce to some extent. Haufai kuamuka tu asubuhi before saa 4 uko na milioni 3.
600,000, yeah.
Ukikakaa kidogo tena milioni 4, and the next person has it, the next person has the same.
The price of things will shoot, and it may be unaffordable for others, but also the currency will just dip.
Yes.
The currency will dip.
Yeah. But look at the effect of reduction of VAT on the price of fuel.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. You see, we wanted to give you an opportunity to explain to us what Safina Party stands for,
yes,
because so that from the noise we can filter something that you guys are doing, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Niko kazi wanachapati ni 10 bob baba ni shilingi 10 peke yake.
10 bob na umeregister kama voter.
Voter. Hiyo bado
ngoja nini? Enda register kama voter huko.
BBC leo tunawaletea habari kuhusu launching ya boobs za Vera Saidika, na wanaume wamejaa kuliko wanawake katika ile venue.
Sasa Gen mna report hizi nini? Uko na kura?
La hasha.
Na mna report hizi nini? Gen chukua kura, time ya maandamano mlitokea ati sijui 1 term 2 term. Hizi vitu enda chukua kura saa hii, cameraman enda chukua kura.
Wacha tu hiyo. Wacha nikupige 2 term sasa. Wacha hii sana.
Gen mnatoa vita ya kucheza pool na mna vote. Enda chukua kura. Very nice. Leo nimekumiss bana. Gen mbona mnaibia Gen mwenzenu? Mpesi ni yake. Mregister kama voters. Enda mregister, enda mpige kura. Very nice.
Ile siku ni leo. Come with me as I propose to my mpoa. Come.
Mahari nini? Unaoa nini? Umechukua kura? Enda chukua voters card kwanza. Very nice. Hadi sasa tumerudi form.
Sinakwambia new team. New team.
Man kitu gani? Umechukua vote. Enda mregister mpige kura. Very nice.
Wacha nijegelea please, kesho na zamkini nende mjengo.
Mjengo gani? Umechukua vote. Enda chukua vote kwanza. Very nice.
Kiadi unaenda kutafuta kazi, uko na interview sahi.
Jengi unaenda kutafuta interview, umechukua kura?
Bado sijachukua.
Enda uchukue kura kwanza. Very nice.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai, una dance fit unawacha nikismile, ama niko high jua life is nice.
Kono moja mbele ngine yende rembe, pile up yoni.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.